Guys, check out what I just found inside my wheel hub. Can you see it? It's a freaking gecko. He was living inside my wheel hub. Like, what? We know we're shit. Yeah. Thanks for watching the Daily Drift. Welcome back, everybody. So today, it's another day. We're following up from where we were the other day when we worked on the RX7. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to fix our brakes. Our brakes are just totally screwed. And if you remember the last video when we were working on it, we got it running. It felt great, but the problem is, it's not quite stopping. So we can go. Going is fine. Going is great, but if you can't stop, it's pretty dangerous. So that's what we're gonna work on today. And I'm gonna try to see if I can see if the calipers are even working, or if I can see any kind of leaks, or if there's anything that's messed up, because I did the brake lines for the entire car, so it's a good chance that something's screwed up, you know, because I screw things up. It's just what I do, but it's okay. I also fix things, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know, let's just get under there and see what we find. I guess that'll work. Oh, dude. This thing looks terrible. So if you look in here, you can see where it's discolored, and you can see where it's originating from the brakes. And if you look up in there, you can see where it's obviously oil and dirt, and it's definitely from this brake line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this off with some brake clean, and then see if we can see any fluid coming out when I go hit the brakes real hard. So now we should be able to tell if there's anything new in there that doesn't belong. I'm gonna pull this off real quick just so I have access. I'm gonna clean that off too. There we go. So now we should be able to tell for sure whether or not there's anything in there that doesn't belong. All right, I'm hitting the brakes. You know, I'm not seeing any fluid, and it doesn't even look wet. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say maybe this isn't where the leak was coming from. So maybe that leak is coming from these holes in the hood, and it's leaking down through there and looking like as if it's brake fluid. So the other check that we'll do is we're gonna check these brake calipers, and we're gonna see if they're even squeezing or compressing when I hit the brakes. All right, let's see if they move when I hit the brakes. First, let's make sure that this spins free. We can see that it definitely does. Okay, so now I'm gonna go start it, hit the brakes. Okay, so basically my brakes feel like a solid rock. I mean, I can't even get the pedal all the way to the floor. That's how hard it is. It's like, there's like maybe like a fraction of an inch where it moves a little bit, and I think that's just playing the pedal. And then it's just like hitting a wall. Like, look at this, you ready? Like, that's as much as I get, that's it. I can't even get it to go past that all the way to the back of the floor. So that's a problem. So I'm thinking that there's air in this system somewhere. Like that, I think is just play. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see if I can bleed like that caliper. When we bleed it, we're supposed to start in the rear. So maybe I'll do that. No, they're separate. That's right, they're separate because I have a front reservoir and a rear. So that's what I'll do. I'll bleed the fronts and see if that helps first. So we'll do this one, we'll bleed it, and then we'll see if that does anything, if it helps, maybe not. I don't know, let's just try it. So the way that this is set up, you can see that I have a separate line running for the front brakes, as well as a separate line to the rear. So this one runs and it runs off to a T, which then runs back. But the problem is, and what I'm seeing as a potential issue, is that this line is higher than the reservoir. So that's gonna make it very difficult to bleed these things normally. What would be ideal is if this line was below the reservoir, because then it would easily, naturally, the air would go up to the top. So I might look at redoing that. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the same trick I did on the BMW. I'm gonna hook this hose up to the brake and try to pump the fluid up. And hopefully that will prevent all the air from getting trapped in the system. We'll see if it fixes it. It might not. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, so I had to make a modification to the hose, and we're using a windshield washer hose, so this is probably not gonna last long, but it fits right over the nozzle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen this thing up, so it'll start letting some fluid out. But first I'm gonna prime this until we start seeing some fluid come out of here. Aha, there we go. So now we'll pop this sucker on here and start pumping. Ah, it's leaking. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so slight change in plans. It looks like I'm gonna need Austin's help. We're gonna do this the old school way. He's gonna pump the brakes. We're just gonna bleed them naturally and see if any air comes out. All right, let's see what happens. You hit the brake. Okay, let go. Push, hold. Okay, let go. Okay, that's good for now. It's really weird. So guys, I did this. It's kind of ghetto, but I put the line, I moved it to where it's below the reservoir all the way over. So now even over here, it's completely below the level of the reservoirs. So when we go to bleed it, it should make it a little bit better. We'll see, but I'm gonna try to do this side next, so I gotta go get that side back down. So I'm just gonna get these wheels put back on, and then after we get these on, we'll flip it around to where we can do the other side, because I can't get a jack over there just yet. That'll do. Let's go take a look and see what we got inside here. Well, this side actually looks relatively clean. So maybe that line was messed up over on that side, because I don't see that same pattern like what I did on this side. And the roof is just as screwed up on this side as it is over there. But like, I don't see that dirt and shit that we saw on the other side. Weird. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get under there and we're gonna go bleed this side out. Have Austin help me do that, and then we'll see what happens after that. All right, hit it. Okay, let go, push, let go, push, let go. Okay, you can let go. I think that's gonna be enough for the front. Okay, so what I want you guys to pay attention to is the fluid, and to see if it moves when I hit the brakes. Ready? Oh yeah. And is it only the one side? Do it again. Yeah, it's only there. So it's gotta be something with the rear then. So that's kind of weird. So I'm not sure exactly what it is that's causing that. So I guess I'm gonna have to try to bleed the rear brakes and see if maybe there's something back there that's leaking. Because it's weird that when I hit the brakes, only the one reservoir is showing like as if it's moving. Like it's basically looks almost like as if the fluid's being pushed and it's coming out the reservoir instead of through the line. Whereas the other one is going and it's working. So kind of weird. So I'm gonna go and check and see if I can make that happen. It's off to the drawing board yet again. It's all right, I'm used to this stuff. All right, on to the rear. Guys, I just realized that I'm a freaking idiot. I had a bash bar up in the front. I totally forgot it was there because I had the bumper, and I could have just jacked it up from that. Sometimes I swear I don't think. I just don't use my brain like I should. I could have saved so much time if I would have just taken off the bumper. Actually, I don't even need to take the bumper off. I could have just put the jack on the jack point and lifted it, but sometimes I swear I'm like a freaking idiot when it comes to this stuff. What's the point in having a bash bar back there if I can't even drive it? So let's get this shit fixed. Guys, check out what I just found inside my wheel hub. Can you see it? It's a freaking gecko. He was living inside my wheel hub. Like, what? Hey buddy, you still alive in there? You still alive? Oh, he's still alive. He's still alive, look at him, he moved. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I'm gonna touch your tail. No? You don't want me to touch your tail? You need to get out of there, buddy. You gotta get out of there, bud. That's not safe. Especially being that you're in the rear wheels. Holy shit. You trying to kill yourself, buddy? You don't wanna get out of there. That little guy's insane. What the hell? How many times have you caught a gecko in your freaking hub? So interesting little thing, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there are 2 bleed screws on the rear brakes on an RX7. So that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna try to bleed them both. So guys, I figured it out. There's 2 bleed screws on an RX7 FC, and I totally forgot about this. In the rear, the lower one is supposedly if you ever rebuild the caliper, and the upper one is just for normal bleeding. But since we're having problems, I'm gonna do the right procedure. Now mind you, mine are manual brakes, so my rear brakes are separated from the front. It doesn't really matter for me, and for me, I'm just going furthest away from the master cylinder so I can push all the fluid up. So So I'm starting back here, but we're gonna do the lower bleed screw and then we're gonna do the upper one. But I gotta go get Austin because he's in there. He's not having a very good day, so send him some love, guys. Russ, was it? All right, that's one more side done. Don't worry, I let the gecko out before I did this. He's long gone now. I mean, he's alive. I didn't kill him yet. He's alive. He's just no longer in my wheel hub. I really need to get some new lug nuts. Okay, so here's the other side. It looks pretty clean. I'm not really seeing too many things that are kind of odd. I mean, I don't see anything leaking from here. I don't see anything leaking from here. This is a little bit dirty, so that's a little bit suspect. But it's kind of hard to tell because it could just be from, you know, all the tires being shredded up back here. So that I'm not too sure about. The only other place is this junction box under here. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the only other place where there could be leaks, and I'm not seeing anything that looks like a leak. It looks decent. So I guess now we'll just go ahead and bleed these things out and see basically if it makes the brakes any better, or maybe it might be something else that's causing our problem besides air in the lines, which means I could have the wrong size master cylinders. I hope that's not what it is, but it might be. Let's get these bled and see what happens. All right, let me get this thing up. All right, so now we're just gonna do the same thing on this side. Pretty simple. Wait, am I going with this? Okay, let's go. Push real quick. I just wanna make sure it's not leaking. Good, good.
Still feels like rough.
Yeah, it will.
Meal with my family last night, and at the end, I was looking through my bill.
Got all the air out of the lines, and it's still stiff as a rock. But we're gonna go take it for a whip here in a second and see if it makes it any better. Wait till you feel it again. It gets into your soul driving this thing. Well, that ain't right. Come down. All I'm gonna do is torque these wheels and then get moving. This actually feels better than my other torque pressure. Safety and whatnot. Whoops. It's been a while. There we go. You ready to see what this thing does?
Yeah, hopefully it runs a little, or not runs, but hopefully the brakes work.
They either will or we're gonna run into something. Oh, excuse me. It's one or the other. All right. Give it a second to get ready. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's just a little cold.
It's got a mild cam to it.
Yeah, just a mild cam, slight tuning, lightly used. Oh, hey, look, I got a rear view mirror.
Oh wow. That's how you know you've gone up in life. We have an actual mirror.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? luxuries of actual car stuff. Holy shit. I don't know how close I am to the curb or my truck.
You're good. You got like 2 inches over here from the curb.
Looks good to me. So technically they work, but they're terrible. I think the next thing's probably gonna be, wait a second. That was better. That's how it's supposed to stop. It didn't diesel or nothing. So I think the brakes are terrible. So I think the next thing is I might be changing the master cylinders because I think they're probably just too big for these brakes. So I might have to go down, and we'll see if that fixes it. I don't know.
And then, in addition to that, hood. Just make the other hood work.
We're gonna take care of the hood. Obviously, I gotta fix that problem every time I get on the gas. I think when I lowered the float levels, I lowered them too low because every time we get on the gas and it goes back, it fuel starves. So that's something I'm gonna have to look into, but that's for another day. So yeah.
Doesn't make you uncomfortable having the camera on you right now?
Huh?
You think you're done talking and I haven't hit stop recording?
Oh,
Are you uncomfortable? Do you feel like you have to keep talking?
No, I can sit here silent. Can you sit there and watch me?
No, I can't. Oh, them. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, he always forgets about you guys.
No, y'all are in the king. Y'all are here with us.
Yeah. In spirit.
Does it help when
I just saw the like center of the camera open up a lot. It's like right up on my face. It's like a super close up.
That right there, that's your thumbnail. Alright.
Oh dear. Got the sun fade from sitting so long. My damn car's got a damn suntan. Tan lines.
Farmer's tan?
It's a car tan. Damn it.
That's like when you get like your left arm. Like, let me see your left arm compared to your right arm. Yeah, see, you can tell.
This one brighter than the other?
This one's darker than this one, and it's because like that one sticks out of the car whenever it's sunny.
Oh, yeah, I do that a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Do you think that they'd ever want to see a build breakdown kind of on the Camaro?
I don't know.
Well, there's nothing to really break down. It's just a stock.
Camaro?
It's just a stock 87 Z28.
I mean, I don't know. Do you guys want to see anything with the Camaro? Because I could take you guys and show you whatever you want to see about that.
There's a story behind it, just the car in general. Because that struck inspiration for this. So.
Yeah, this was kind of what I always wanted to do to that, but I never did.
But you wanted a car you didn't care about to do it to.
Yeah, but the problem is then I started caring about this car. Even though it's all fucked up. I still care about it. It's just, I just wish it could be prettier.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so that's that for the RX7 for today. We didn't quite fix the problem, but I mean, at least we got something done. We'll know more later. I'm gonna go and order some newer, smaller master cylinders, and then we'll just go from there and see if that fixes it. Next thing also, I gotta put cats on it, and I gotta figure out why my brake lights aren't coming on. So stay tuned, because we'll have some more coming. Okay, so we're sitting at like 120, 130-ish, which is low. That's not good.